hate the homies.
Yo, what it do, man? What up, though? Hey, I Hate the Homies podcast, episode number 7. Y'all don't know Spanish. That's 7. I'm Rock-Teasy for Sheezy.
Man, it's the first homie Griffin. You know what, man? I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave. That's my line. You always mess my line up, man.
What I'm supposed to say?
No, he said
this is episode 7. We keeping this. This is episode 7. You got to get this down, man.
Hey,
Rewind.
He said
Taking it down. What's cracking, Super Dave?
Huh? What you say?
I see what you did there, Griff. Oh, man. So, listen, y'all. Hey, we got to shout out to Ray Duggar, man, for giving us that dope intro that he always
DC in the building. What's up, youngin?
Indeed, man. So we got a lot to talk about this week, man. NBA free agency. Kevin Durant. Yo, he's demanding a trade. He wants out of Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving, he just signed his contract, but doggone it, he may get traded as well. Word is he may want to go play with LeBron again in the Lakers. Yo, we got the fast food mom that just pretty much dogged baby daddy for not bringing enough food for all her kids, even though only one of her kids was his.
We'll talk about that.
Man, USC, UCLA, man, leaving the Pac12 to come to the Big Ten. What a
College
judo
football, baby. College football.
Dun, 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 dun. That's all.
Oh, y'all Michigan boys. I forgot y'all Michigan boys. That's
Big
right.
Blue, baby, Big Blue.
All right.
And we can't have it. We can't go through this entire episode without discussing what happened with R. Kelly getting 30 years, man.
Okay.
Y'all don't no indulging on that one right there.
Yeah, that's definitely news. But
I think we all got daughters. I think we want to get to that real quick.
Yeah, we'll get into that, man. And then, of course, the greatest baseball contract of all time, former baseball great Bobby Bonilla, and we're gonna discuss that, touch on that, man, because his agent is the greatest sports agent of all time.
It's
all right?
So very thought of, that whole deal. But go ahead from the top, Rock.
From the top,
what we got
Kevin Durant. He wants to trade. Possibly Miami, Phoenix are his top 2 wish list teams. Oklahoma City, possibly. Of course, the Lakers are always in the conversations. What y'all think, man?
I'm gonna start this. You know what? This is a sad day in the NBA right now, because he's doing exactly what James Harden did and what most of these NBA players are doing now. They're running from their responsibility. He is signed to a 4-year deal contract. You don't have the obligation of just getting out of the contract. He asked for a trade. They don't have to give him a trade. They can make him play for the whole 4 years. He's going to make $192 million on that 4-year deal. If I'm the GM, if I'm Sean Marks, I make him play. But I know they're not going to do that because they don't want no friction in their locker room. Give the guy what he wants. But when they come out with this new CBA in the next couple of years, they got to address this, because most of these guys are quitting on their teams, man. And how do you think Ben Simmons feels right now? He went from Philadelphia with a mental problem. Now he goes to where? The Nets,
where they
Kyrie and Kevin Durant give him another mental problem. They don't want to play with him.
I would like to say everything you just said, dog, is absolutely true. What happened to rebuilding and sticking in there and making something happen? What happened to being a leader? What kind of, okay, so y'all are mega stars and y'all are amazing, but what happened to the leadership in the game? Who the captain of the squad? What happened to the captain? The C don't mean nothing on the shirt no more.
Kyrie is the captain. So that tells you right there.
No. I understand the captain and the second mate is on something right now, but that whole, as the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, I want to sell the team. That's what I want to do. I'm sick of everybody, dog. I'm going to go get into mining. Roxy, what's your thoughts, homie?
Man, listen, so what you're saying is the C don't stand for captain no more. The C stand for coward. Is pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah,
and
I said that.
Listen, man, I can't disagree. The days of old school stand with your one team, and if you lose, okay, let's re-up and try to get them next year. That's not going to happen anymore. I get it. Players are chasing the rings. They want to get the championship. But here's the deal. Kevin Durant chased his ring with Golden State. He got his championship. Okay, now you in Brooklyn. Now let's go show us what you really got, okay? And stay there, man. You are Kevin Durant. Players want to come play with you. So get with Steve Nash, get with the ownership, and say, okay, what can we do as the captain? How can I help bring the other pieces to the pie to our team so we can go get this championship? If I gotta adjust my contract, okay, well, let's talk about that and discuss it to see what that looks like.
Exactly.
Now that's the right moral way to do this, but that don't happen no more, guys.
They don't have morals in the NBA because these guys are already getting guaranteed money. This is not the NFL where you got to fight and scratch for every little penny you get. And on longevity, it hurts the NFL players because they're actually spending that money on medical bills. In the NBA, these guys all need psychiatry. They need to go to
dog. That's why I told you there's something wrong with tall people. You're not supposed to be 6'19", dog. They special needs people, dog. The NBA players, dog. They just give money so they don't laugh at them.
But see, the sad part about this is, and that's why I said, if I'm Sean Marks, the general manager for the Nets, I'm asking for the farm. Whoever wants him, if it's Phoenix, Miami, because did you see what Rudy Gobert got from Utah going to Minnesota yesterday?
Bro,
five players plus 4 first round
draft picks.
So that's for Rudy Gobert, who's 30 years old. He's not Kevin Durant. He's a hell of a defensive player, but he is not Kevin Durant.
Nowhere close.
I want the farm for Kevin Durant. If you really want this guy, if you're Miami, if you're Phoenix, and you feel like this guy can change your team, I want draft picks and I want players.
Now I will say this. I will say this. My bad, Griff.
Brooklyn in the hole, Rock T? Ain't Brooklyn in a hole with they first round picks?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to figure that out. But if there is 2 teams out there that would be a perfect fit for Kevin Durant, it will be Phoenix and Miami. Now, the point is that the thing is, will all the players accept? Because Kevin Durant is an alpha dog type player. Yeah. And when Kevin Durant comes to your team, he wants the ball first. He wants to be first option.
Do it with Brooklyn then.
I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. Enough said.
I don't believe in the alpha. If you can't do it, if you know, Super Dave said it first. While you running, what happened to standing in front of the crib and holding it down and squabbing? You
need to stay in front of the crib because you left Golden State. You left a perfect situation where you won 2 titles, 2 final MVPs, and you got persuaded by who? The biggest knucklehead in the NBA right now, in Kyrie. He persuaded you to go from like the snake did Eve, and he exactly to go from heaven to hell. And you see where he is right now with the Nets, and he's been that way the last 2 years. How many playoff series did this team win in the last 2.5 years? One. They beat Boston 2 years ago.
Does that take away from Kevin Durant's? Like, to me, it kind of take away from his overall. Like, if we all play video games, Kevin Durant is probably in a video in 2K right now. Kevin Durant is probably 92, 94.
See, I'm gonna still give him top 3 player in the NBA. I ain't gonna take anything away from on the court, but as far as off the court, he's right there with Kyrie Irving. He's too sensitive.
Well, off the court,
he's part of what we go through in the world today. Everybody's too sensitive, and he's the biggest part of this. You can't say anything if you know that you're great, like LeBron, like Michael Jordan. If people say anything bad about you, you don't care because what are you gonna do? You're gonna prove it on the court.
Yeah, you don't bark back.
Anybody says about me.
You don't bark back.
Talk about me, about my height. You think I care about that? Because I know who I am. I am the alpha dog.
You are a little sensitive now. I don't know.
Just now, if anybody heard the volume raised, I am the alpha dog.
Yeah. You just proved that you're sensitive, little.
I'm the alpha and omega.
And you brought it up. We weren't even talking about that. You're sensitive.
Well, I mean, you guys pick on me, but I ain't Kevin Durant.
That's okay.
Kevin Durant also said he was a god too.
That's all right. The Super Dave. That's all right. Boo boo. That's all right. Boo boo. That's the baby. Want a pacifier?
You a big dog. Who a big dog? You show him you a big dog.
Now, see, if Kevin Durant was on this show, if he was on this podcast right now, he couldn't handle what I'm taking right now.
He couldn't. And
he couldn't handle this.
He is tender. He be having regular journalists ask him, so why you missed that 3 at the end? Hey, man, you ain't out there on the court, dog.
Have you ever played basketball? That's the perfect line, Grip. They always say this. Have you ever played basketball? No, but I've watched basketball. You missed a shot. We still asking the question. Now, you can say no comment. Just answer the question or say no comment.
Why
you snapping with somebody?
Did the shot that you missed really irk you like it irked us watching it? Is that why you barking back?
Listen, man. When the dog barks and the moon bark back at the dog, who's famous?
Right.
The dog famous. The dog become famous. If that moon was to bark back at the howling, barking dog, the dog becomes even more famous. So listen, my point is this. If people gonna bark at you,
dumbest analogy setup.
I mean, I'm gonna jump out my window. I didn't know where you were going with this.
Think about it. If a dog is barking and howling at the moon, right?
Nobody turned into a werewolf at the end of your story, dog.
If the moon never barks back at the dog, who looking foolish out there? All that doing all that barking?
No,
the dog.
Still don't like it, dog.
All right,
I know you're trying. Man.
All right, let me do it this way.
Trying. Oh, look at him. He's trying. He's trying to pull it in.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin, we didn't understand, Kevin. Could you say that again?
So what y'all think about Zion Williamson and his big new contract?
Before you go to Zion, because I want to talk about Kyrie, because Kyrie you made this point last week about him going to the Lakers. And he wants out. Even though he opted in their contract, he's gonna get his $36.7 million.
They played.
He still wants to be out of there. Now he went out and shopped himself around before he opted in. Nobody wanted him because he's a head case.
But
the
now,
one team that wants him, I don't understand LeBron with this. The one team that wants him is the Lakers. That's fine. But why would LeBron? This is the same guy that backstabbed him that final year when he wanted to get out of the Cavaliers and went to Boston. He didn't want to play with LeBron. Now he wants to play with LeBron now?
Yeah,
but he doesn't know what he wants.
That's growing up and maturing, dog. That's all that is. Growing up and maturing. Guess what? When I was a freshman, I said freshman stuff. But when I became a senior, I thought different. That's just a grown man telling another grown man, let's together with each other's help go and get a championship. Now,
do you think he'll play? You think he'll play 70 games, 60 games? I'll take 60 games from Kyrie right now. And that's sad to say because these guys are making all that kind of money. And back in the day when Jordan and all these other guys were playing, they were playing how many games? 82. Yep. Simple. They were doing their job. They were playing 82 games.
The thing is this. I don't want to be the back in the day dude. We could talk about right now. These young, is something wrong with them? Where they fathers at? All they moms raised them, dog. Why you can't stand there and back something up, dog? That's all I'm saying. And granted, you get money. I can't play basketball. You better than me. Blah, blah, blah. But I know how to stand my ground. I know how to be a leader. I know how to fulfill my commitment. If you tell me I got to do something for 4 years, maybe after 3 years and 2 months, I can start feeling the way. But I owe you something. We made a contract. You don't get to renege. This is not spades.
Well, that's part of negotiating. When you're doing your contract, you can put whatever you want in that contract and say, okay, I'll do this, but I won't do this. And if I do this, I get this. And if this happens, I choose to move on somewhere else. So there's so many holes that you can negotiate into a contract to benefit you, and that goes the same for the other side. But let's answer your quick question, Super Dave, about Kyrie Irving playing with the Lakers and LeBron James, then we'll move on to talk about the fast food bomb. But there's one player in the NBA that everybody respects so much, and no matter what level that their talent level is on, if they play with this player, they're not going to be the alpha dog on the team because of the respect, and that's LeBron James. Kyrie already admitted that if he could do that whole leaving Cleveland, going to Boston thing all over again, he would have stayed in Cleveland. He's already admitted that. Okay. So yes, if for some reason they're able to figure this thing out and get Kyrie to the Lakers, he will play under LeBron James's rules. On that note, What?
I just don't see it. But we'll know in the next couple of weeks. I think the Kevin Durant thing is going to go on for a while because Brooklyn is looking for the house before they trade Kevin Durant away. And with Kyrie, he won't be there when the season starts. But we'll see in the next couple of weeks where this thing lands.
But do you even want a Kevin Durant on your team who's going to get you 27 a night, not talk to nobody, don't be fun after we don't know if he do local commercials.
Top three player. You got to put him on your team. Got to.
Then
I end on this. Then the New Jersey, then the Brooklyn Nets front office is about to do something that ain't never happened in the NBA before while they get somebody's next 10 years worth of first rounds. Then when I give you all that, why they don't get to put a clause in theirs though? What if he tear his Achilles tendon in the middle of the?
I don't care what happens with Kevin Durant if I get my picks. If I'm Brooklyn, get my picks, I get my players. I move on from this nightmare they given me the last 3 years. That's it. I move on.
How do you lose Kevin, Kyrie, and James within the same year and a half? Jeez.
That's
and you're stuck with Ben Simmons. You're stuck with Ben Simmons.
All right, so let's move on to fast food mom, man. If you guys been stuck up under a rock, there's been a story that's been crazy on social media, the internet, and a mom confronted her baby daddy, one of her baby daddies, for bringing fast food meal to feed her one child with that particular baby daddy. She has 4 children, 1 with him and 3 with however many other baby daddies. So this baby daddy said, okay, I'm bringing 1 meal for my son and my son only. She had a big problem. She's recording him live on Instagram, social media, whatever, saying how much of a bad of a person he is for not bringing food to the rest of the kids, all 4 of her kids. So she's like, how come you didn't bring enough food for all my kids? He's like, listen, all those kids ain't my responsibility. My son is my responsibility. Matter of fact, he could come out here and he could eat his food with me in my car. And and then he's like, where's the other daddies of those kids? So internet went crazy. Half people were saying he wrong for that. The other half was saying she wrong for what she doing. Griff, you go first. What you think?
Well, I like to say this is where social media bit you back. Everybody want to go viral. Everybody want to go viral till they don't want to go viral. Then it ain't fun no more. Now you don't want to look at all the numbers in the comments. now you the idiot that everybody doing memes. And so it's a couple things wrong with this. I'm a fan of a blended family. I heard the lady later come back and say, I'm the hated lady on the social media. And now everybody hate me. But he used to be with my other kids before we had a baby. And then, he still come over here and get this dessert. But then he don't want to take care of the other kids. The bottom line is, dude was kind of lousy at that moment. Maybe she was at the hair salon. So did he know everybody was there? I don't know. All I know is he was like, I'm getting me a meal for the youngin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm getting a meal for mine. Now, if everybody is there, let me know and cash at me or, so who knows? But her standing outside going, watch, girl, watch. Watch him about to pull up here with 1 sandwich, and I got all my kids. He gonna have to be a man. And first of all, ma'am, 1,000 children. And yeah, I'm exaggerating. And yes, it's a lot of, and I'm from a family where we have multiple fathers. But I would have, Arlen Dwayne Griffin would have bought everybody food.
Let me write down that middle name. Hold on. What'd you say? What was that middle name?
Dwayne. Was that Dwayne? Dwayne. Okay, Dwayne. You do like a Dwayne. Yeah, okay. Maybe if you shave the beard, you look like a Dwayne.
Yeah, I'm Arlen with the beard, though.
Yeah.
Arlen.
Go ahead.
No, I would have bought the kids something. But when you from a blended family and a blended family, it's always, it's never just one kid. So me and my brothers and sisters never called each other half brothers, and sisters our whole lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could have did a little better on that, but the mom is dirty. She don't get no point. She's dirty.
I've never been in a situation like this, but I'm gonna make it real simple and easy. I'm buying it for my kid and my kid only. I mean, the moral thing, the right thing to do, probably to buy it for all the other kids too. But my concern in my pocketbook, nobody knows my pocketbook. You don't know how much money I have.
Pocketbook, dog, like a purse.
Yeah,
my wallet.
No,
you said pocketbook, bro.
Yeah, my mama had a pocketbook. Dog.
You got one of the
knows what's in my wallet. Nobody.
You got one of the man purses. A merce.
Pocketbook.
Ain't nothing wrong with those. Ain't nothing wrong with the man purse.
Oh, pocketbook. That's one of them beanbag change purse. The beanbag change.
Inside a pocketbook is a red, yellow, or blue or purple wallet with the Velcro.
Yeah.
And I can't be serious.
And purple and black.
I mean,
and red.
I let you get what you want. I let Griff say what he want to say, but then I can't say what I want to say without y'all just cracking on me.
Go ahead, man.
I mean, my whole point is
Kyrie.
My wallet. Nobody knows.
Go ahead, Kyrie.
Nobody knows in my wallet. My focus is only on one kid, and that's my kid. That's who he got my germs. He has my, whatever. That's mine. That's my kid. The other three are not mine. They have other fathers. If it's one father, if it's three fathers, that's their concern. I'm not concerned about them.
And what do you think, Rocky? Since Dave is a horrible person, dog.
Jeez. Now let me tell you something, man. It's not the kid's fault. It's not all the other three kids. It ain't their fault.
No.
So you got to bring enough food for all them kids to eat. Listen, here's where mamas and daddies got to step out of their own way, and even if they're not getting along, the kids. It's not the kid's fault. So if you're gonna bring something for your child, pick up the phone or send a text to baby mama, even if y'all ain't on the right terms, so you can have on record, hey, I'm gonna bring my kid, my son, something to eat. Does the rest of them want something? If so, let me know what they want. Now, if baby mama don't respond,
right,
that ain't your fault, okay? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they may be off with their other dads or whatever. So you at least got to make the initiative approach of saying, I'm bringing my son some kids. Are the other kids there? If so, I'll bring them something too. And that's it. And keep it moving. And here's what I think happened. I think when they're on good terms, this brother probably does do that. Yeah. When they're on bad terms, maybe they just had a couple arguments or whatever. He probably said, "Man, F that. I'm gonna bring something for my son only." So and that's still childish too.
I ain't gotta be on good. I ain't gotta be on good or bad terms. I'm only gonna bring it for my child. That's it. Because the other thing she's getting from me is what? Probably child support. So she has money. What's she doing with that money? But we always gotta ask her what they're doing with that money. You got money now. You got my money that you're taking out of my check each and every week. Use that money to go buy burgers or something for the other three kids.
You saw what she was doing with the money. She was at a hair salon, dog.
Okay, thank you.
No, and then for the ladies that listen and they do, you're not gonna get me in trouble with a whole bunch of baby mamas, dog, and them DMing me.
Why you afraid, man? Why you afraid of that? Just tell
I'm not afraid of it. I just wanted to be understood.
Let's be real.
Well, she was wrong too.
Here go the realest thing I can say. As a man, be a man, dog. You could have grabbed everybody something. If you didn't that time, and you normally do, I'm also with Rock T. It could have been very simple. Hey, I'm about to come through. Is everybody there or just me? You know what I'm saying? Or we don't know. The relationship, maybe the other kids never even, the dad's never been mentioned, and the only dude they know is you. You know what I'm saying? Because she was saying he was there before the other, So all I'm saying is, he was being petty. She was being petty. But who loses? The kid that got to see this for the rest of his life, that he wasn't even worth making.
So with her being petty and all the stuff she's saying out there and telling Instagram, telling Twitter, telling everything about this guy, you think I believe her? I think she's a bad mom too.
Yeah, she was wrong.
Part of this.
She was wrong about how she did.
Believe that too. You don't put everything on the guy. Exactly what I said.
I don't never want.
I'm just saying. I'm paying for my son. That's it. Women gonna say what they want to say. People gonna say what they want to say. I'm only concerned about him. That's my focus. Because at the end of the day, when he goes to college, who am I paying? Because if the other kids want to go to college, are you paying their college fees?
It depends.
Let's all Let's
It
love
depends.
properly.
No, I ain't doing that.
And let's not be petty and bring our kids into social media.
Look.
If you want to be dumb and bring you and your relationship and talk about, but let's keep the kids off of it. They too young. I like kids to be kids, dog. I like them to run in parks. I like them to fall in leaves and mess up a pile of leaves. I like them to trip and hurt themselves and start laughing and cry at the same time. Let's just let kids be kids, because being an adult ain't fun. We just make it look.
And I don't know when she had. I don't know if she had the first kid with him, or he's the second or the third. But the one thing we should have did, he's the last.
Yes,
should have used the condom and used 2.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Condoms,
I'll give you that. Oh man, listen. All right, let's go to R. Kelly, man, because I we'll be here all day on what David said about would you pay for the kids to go to college. Listen, I got to get this off my chest. I'm sorry, Griff. Hold on. Okay, Super Dave. Listen, you have every right to express your opinion and believe how you think, but if those kids get older and they're really, because they really can't control what's happening in their life right now at the age that they're at. But when they become 18, 17, 18, that's when they can take control of the decision making of their own life. And if they're doing their best to try to get through school, make good grades, and try to keep themselves surrounded with positive energy while they're living under the same roof as they crazy mama, it seems like, and they come to you as stepdad or bonus dad, whatever you want to call it, and say, hey, I really want to go to college. Can you help me? Can you help me get to college? I'm like, yes, because it's not their fault that they want to go make something of their life, even if mama is not trying to help them. If mama's going to stay negative and that's all that they heard, and they still fighting through mentally to still try to want to do something positive with their life, and they come to me as the bonus dad and say, hey, I want to go to college. Can you help me? You doggone right. I'm going to do whatever. Even if I can't pay for it out of my own pocket, I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to call some resources to try to get this kid into college if that's what he wants to do.
Rock T, you being very passionate right now, but the whole time you was talking, Dave was fixing stuff in his office. He was looking around.
I already know.
He wasn't saying nothing that really interested me.
So I mean, know.
The kids. It
was like, I am a man, and if I was going like this the whole time, he was just fixing things.
I mean, I was playing Donkey Kong. I was doing everything else, but I wasn't focused on you. But I'll give you one thing, Rock. What you said, the biggest point. If they came to me, not the mother coming to me, if the kid came to me, it may be a different story. But if the mother come to me, I ain't doing crap for her.
See,
and I don't want to say crap. You know what I want to say,
but you ain't paid for real. Here go. Maybe you should talk about this on your podcast with your wife, homie. How many girlfriends have you really had, dog? Like in your whole life before you was married last? Because I don't think you had a lot, dog. I think you had like maybe 4 relationships that meant something, and then you was the short dude with all the chicks.
Oh, you asking me that question?
Your name's Super Dave.
I'm mad at him because Rock was laughing. I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah. So yes, I could say maybe
with women longer than 2 years. How many women have you dated longer than 2 years before you got married?
Probably 3.
Yeah, I said 4.
Yeah.
You talk like somebody who only went with 4 chicks, dog.
Yeah, I'm very complex. Yeah, I'm very complex. I'm very hard to get along with too.
I am too. Agree.
Yeah, I am very hard. And I'm a Taurus, I'm a bull, and I'm bullheaded. It's my way or the highway. That's it.
So now you're bull smurf.
Now you're gonna put pictures out there of me being bull is strong, you know what I mean? Look at Griff, what are you doing? Bull got shoulders.
This is Dave. Hey guys. I don't care who. I'm only getting food for my baby. I don't care how many.
I mean, it's this.
They can have 1,000 make sandwiches.
This is what we're gonna do. I mean, we can't be serious for 2 minutes. We can't.
I'm gonna only eat my food. Look how mad I am right now. I don't like when a woman try to make me.
laughing, dog?
I'm not laughing at that. I'm not.
Every
It's
time
ridiculous.
I talk about a relationship,
It's time to go to USC, UCLA. It's time to go to USC, UCLA.
I thought we talk about R. Kelly, man. Let's talk about R. Kelly, man. So he got sentenced to 30 years. Did he get what he deserved, man? Let's get straight to it. Everybody know what's going on. Did he get what he deserved? Super Dave, go ahead. You make the first opinion on this.
Yeah, he got what he deserved. Because when people always, this is on social media, on Instagram, everybody wants to say, what about the parents? Yeah, the parents should let the kids do what they did. But the bottom line is, who made them victims? The victims were put there by R. Kelly. And R. Kelly is the one that's going to jail for 30 years. I have no problem with that. And we're not done with R. Kelly. Just because he says 30 years, he has other pending issues going on.
I'm not laughing at what you're saying, Dave. I'm laughing at Griff, stupid butt.
But that is why I have a daughter. So I can't listen to R. Kelly music anymore. And I haven't listened to R. Kelly music.
When did you stop listening to it? Because after I saw the first thing on TLC or whatever, Finding R. Kelly or whatever the first one is, after I watched the whole one, I stopped listening to his music for real. Like for
It
real.
happened for me is about 10 years ago because Tom stopped playing R. Kelly. Tom Joyner, he stopped playing. He just out the blue said, we're not playing R. Kelly no more. Not one single song. And then you know what? I say, you know what? That's the moral. I have the same issue. I have the same feeling too. And believe me, I love some R. Kelly songs, but now if you go back and listen to some of those songs, when you go back and listen to some of those songs, you can't just feel happy about those songs because you know what he was singing and who he was singing to.
And and I just agree with everything you just said, Dave. I'm gonna tell you the truth. For me, I met Aaliyah probably a couple months before she died at B103. And I had a good time with her and her brother. It was just her and her brother, and she was really just on a whole nother level. It was that Orange album cover, Rock the Boat and all that. Like, she was sweet. When she walked in with a tank top and some jeans on, after she hugged the other two people and she came to me, I really said in my man mind, R. Kelly is nasty. Because at being grown, she looked like a 12-year-old dog. She was like the size of somebody's niece, and she was grown. When you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I was like, what happened to what happened to that Aaliyah? This child just walked in here. So I kind of been, I'm cool on R. And I done hosted a bunch. I done hosted like 6 R. Kelly concerts, had a good time hosting them. It was a bunch of fun. But in the end, he nasty, dog. Him, Bill Cosby, they nasty dudes that we loved, and now we know what dysfunction is.
And people stop taking up for them on Twitter. It's us. It's always us that wants to say, well, he didn't do it, or he shouldn't be penalized for what he did because it happened. It happened. It happened. If it was your child and you're in that situation, you would want him penalized. You probably want him to have a death penalty because you couldn't get to him.
Yeah, this one right here is real sickening, man. It's tough, especially like you say. I got 2 daughters, and he called himself the Pied Piper, correct?
Yeah,
and when you look up the definition of Pied Piper, one that offers strong but delusive enticement, a leader who makes irresponsible promises, a charismatic person who attracts followers. And he thrived on that.
A Pied Piper in the books, that's a great definition on Google. But the Pied Piper book, the man took all the kids out the village.
No, that's a bad definition. If you break it down, that's not a good definition.
Horrible. No, it's horrible. But I'm just saying,
that's my point.
The Pied Piper is synonymous with pedophilia to me.
Come on. Listen, he did exactly what the definition. He make irresponsible decisions. He enticed people, which are these young girls, to follow him and to trust him and to trust that everything that he was doing for them was all legit. And oh, by the way, you need to do this to me for me to keep doing this for you. And that's when the sexual stuff and all this kind of stuff is sick, man. I mean, it's real sick. It's sick. And for the parents, Now here's another deal. You got, and I can't put this on all the parents because I've never met all the parents, but I'm just going on looking from the outside looking in. The parents are like, okay, my daughter is talented. She can sing. And R. Kelly is a super duper mega star who can help my daughter break through this music industry.
Yes,
so
that was the innocent Pied Piper part.
Right. So now it's like, okay, now they get in and R. Kelly starts doing his Pied Piper type stuff, even to the parents. Maybe broken promises, saying, okay, I'm going to give this much money for your daughter's career and studio time. Come on the road with me and stay here with me. And we're gonna do the A&R thing. No. The A&R thing. And some parents are believing and trusting this situation. And then when it didn't work out, now it's time to pull back. I won't bring my kid back. It's not going to be a good situation because we know what you're really doing with my daughter. Oh, well, and this is alleged. This is just Rock T's opinion. Oh, well, here's some money. Here's some hush money.
Oh, it's not alleged, though. That's why I'm going with you all the way.
Yeah.
In the first documentary, one of the young ladies' father was his drummer and was on tour with him for 3 years before they even. So you paying me and I'm rocking with you, but homie, I know how you are, dog. Not with my daughter, dog. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people were let down with the R. Kelly. It's just as horrible as Bill Cosby, man. It's after you see the documentaries and you see that it's always 66 women allegedly Bill Cosby, and then you start talking to all 66 and 59 of them say the exact same thing the other 59 said. Like, we gotta stop saving Uncle Dante in the back room at grandma's house and call it what it is.
Yeah, because it only takes one.
House. People is being molested in this house, and because somebody starts saving the kids, instead of saving these adults. So we'll move right on to R. Kelly. Here go the hammer to R. Kelly. Oh, that's just one case.
Come on, dog.
Oh, it's more coming.
He got 30 years, one case.
Yeah. No, he coming.
R. Kelly will never. They're gonna make sure.
And he's on suicide watch now. You know that, right?
Good, as he should be.
Yeah.
But what you really need to be is on behind watch.
Yeah. Like, for real. No, they getting them. I promise you.
I know, and I only know because I got a lot of family in the Department of Corrections. Convicts don't like child molesters.
No.
Period.
So let's have a strong.
He's gonna end up in a cell with somebody look like Griff. That's what he's gonna do.
Dang. So he calling you a dog. I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm not gonna be in the jail.
Talking to Super Dave.
You don't tell the people that you just know.
All right, man. So let's finish up talking about USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten in 2024. So Griff, that means they coming over to our backyard with Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan State, Iowa, Wisconsin, Nebraska. What's up, man? Let's go. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what they're going to. So here's when the fun starts. Let's talk about the fun. Now you got Oklahoma, Texas, USC, UCLA, all leaving they strong. So now the whole Pac-12 consists of now Stanford, Oregon State, Oregon, Arizona State, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So now these second-tier teams is about to be sweet, and nobody. Now Baylor gonna win the Big 12, but no offense, Baylor fans. Now SMU, who else is in the Big 12? SMU ain't in the Big 12.
No, they're not in the Big 12.
But now these other teams in the Big 12 can win. But what it's going to do, because USC and UCLA still get California recruiting, and now everybody, Big Ten has been synonymous with giant offensive tackles. When you talk about football, it's going to be fun when it comes with basketball, because UCLA and USC is basketball powerhouses, you know what I'm saying? And now It now and Northwestern is sweet in the Big Ten in basketball. You know what I'm saying? You talk about hockey, soccer, baseball, track, gonna be bananas. But don't forget what they run in Texas, in Austin once a year, the relays. So
Texas relays, baby.
Saying, it just sounds like it's gonna be fun for me. They just opened up the fun.
This is the best thing for college football.
Yes.
Because the number one thing we see each and every week, we look at the schedule, and sometimes we see some games where we go, man, okay, I can go shopping. I got to do some stuff with my wife. I ain't got to really sit home and watch this particular game. We get hyped for the big games, but you move UCLA, USC to the Big Ten. Now you get to see Michigan, USC.
At the Rose Bowl,
UCLA, you get to see UCLA against Michigan State. I mean, you get to see primetime teams playing each and every week. You still go get your soft teams out there, but now you add into a strong conference with strong teams, kind of like what Oklahoma and Texas doing with the SEC. You're going to have big games each and every week. And I'm talking about the number one sport, which is college football. I'm not talking about basketball or soccer. We're talking about what brings in the money. That's big each and every week. Now they also try to lure in Notre Dame, the Big Ten. Because if you get
Notre Dame been living independently for the last 3 decades, and it's been working. Notre Dame's deal is with NBC. They don't deal with universities. They got.
But if they make an offer, because what they're saying is we get Notre Dame into the Big Ten, they have all rivalries against those teams like Michigan State, Michigan, and you can bring Stanford in because Stanford
to the Big Ten. We want them to. We sick of them floating around and getting to play in the ACC.
Hold on, y'all ain't that good in that conference.
Sir,
y'all ain't that good in that conference. Did you see the playoff game in Georgia and Michigan?
You must have missed the whole last season, dog.
Did you see Georgia and Michigan?
No,
that's all that matters to me. Speed.
Oh, who are you talking about? Coach of the year at Michigan?
Speed.
Harbaugh.
Two homers right now. They didn't impress me. They did not impress me.
Georgia lifted us up. Yes, they did.
You take Michigan and put them in the SEC, they would finish in the middle tier. They would not be at the top in the SEC. They're not ready for speed.
Let me say this.
They're going to get USC and UCLA, which they got speed on those two teams. We'll see what happens with Michigan now.
Now, let me say,
Michigan, name out your mouth.
listen, y'all know me. I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. Has Michigan been the powerhouse that they used to be over the last 5-6 years? No. But are they on their way back? Absolutely. And they proved it last year. Can they sustain that?
Oh my God. After 1 year?
Can they sustain that? If you let me finish, Mr. Guy over there. Can they sustain that? We about to find out. Listen, I'm not gonna sit up there and say Michigan's gonna go run on an amazing run and dominate the next 5 years.
Michigan State is nice.
Yeah.
Minnesota be having a running back every 4 seasons. So I'm just saying,
listen,
when you talk of the Big Ten, you speak of Ohio State, Michigan, and then you start going through Michigan State and
Iowa,
Illinois, and but I'm just saying, when you talk about the Big Ten, you got to talk about Michigan. Seeing USC in a big house is going to be fun, dog. Having a reason to go to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena around the corner from my mama every other year gonna be fun, dog. I'm just saying, here come the fun.
It's gonna be fun with a loss. That's what you're talking about.
Who do you like in college?
I like Oklahoma,
sir. We're gonna see how much you like them in 2 seasons.
I'm not bragging on Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC.
Well, we bragging on Michigan.
You guys are bragging on Michigan like they did something last season. Okay,
they did do something last season. Give them their props. Man.
They were embarrassed by Georgia.
No,
Georgia was a way better team. If they play Alabama, Alabama would have schooled them too.
Georgia beat us. We lost, but don't downplay.
Y'all not ready for the SEC. You're not,
sir. Why y'all only have one big game a season called the Red River.
The Red River Shootout, yeah.
And no one cares. Last year, the Texas-Oklahoma game was fun to watch. What you got to see was 2 horrible defenses. How about that? Nobody ain't said that out loud. 2 horrible defenses that both offenses almost scored 50 on a Saturday.
Let's see. We got
y'all only big game, and then y'all play Oklahoma State, and that just recently, and now Baylor ain't sorry.
So we got a horrible defense right at Oklahoma. That's fine, but y'all got a horrible offense at Michigan. I'm not impressed with that offense.
I would rather have
defense.
You must have missed the whole last season.
You telling me I must have missed it. We talked about it. I wasn't impressed. I was not impressed.
How long you been an Oklahoma fan? As long as you've been a Warriors fan?
Yeah, since last year.
No, homie. No. This started way back in the day.
Super Dave played there?
No. My church used to go to Oklahoma to visit another church.
Hey man, on that note, you got the I Hate the Homie Award of the week again. You almost made it, Super Dave. You almost made it to the end of this episode. Hey, Griff, go ahead and put Super Dave's. Yeah, there you go. I Hate the Homies podcast, man. Thank y'all for joining us.
Opinions of Rock T and Super Dave and myself and Griff are not the views and opinions of Radio One. They are not, or Urban One, or Reach Media Inc. This is just us talking.
So on that note, man, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Keep watching I Hate the Homies. Download, subscribe, click that bell right by the subscribe and download button so you'll get the alerts every time we drop a new episode. I'm Rock Teasy for Sheezy.
It's your boy Griff, the first homie, and I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave. Subscribe. And guess what? We don't care.
Deuces, y'all. We'll see y'all next episode. Let's go.
I hate the homies.